Hey there, it's Meredith with Let's Getaway Travel. I'm talking to you today about choosing your cabin for your cruise. So there's a couple, three considerations mainly that I will talk about, and that's availability, that's price, and that's your schedule. So availability is probably first and foremost because you can't book what's not available. And so if you are going on your honeymoon and you're splurging and buying and getting into the suite levels, the junior suites, the owner's suites, those are very limited in their availability. There might only be 20 of those on each ship. And so booking them early and getting them when you want them is really important. So that's the first thing, availability of your cabin choice. There are, I don't want to say always, there are plenty of inside cabins, and there are almost always plenty of balcony cabins to be had. Then, I guess I would say in that realm, if you do not want to be assigned a cabin where you might get stuck behind a lifeboat, a balcony cabin, which has the view of a lifeboat, probably not what you envisioned for a balcony. So unless you're willing to take that chance, you should make sure that when you're planning your cruise, you and or your travel advisor pick your cabin number together, and make sure it's an unobstructed balcony view or ocean view if that's your choice. So availability is number one. Number two is budget. So again, I said if you're going to splurge, again, owner suite, junior suite, those are the most expensives. And then we come down into the balconies. And there are large balconies, there are moderate balconies, there's an average balcony. So that's the next level of booking. And then we have ocean view, which you have a window to the outside world. However, you can't open your window. You can look out of it, and sometimes it might be a little bit fuzzy and hazy, full of salt water and whatnot. But you get the general gist, you'll get some sunlight in that window. So that's the next level. And then the all feared, but sometimes revered, inside cabin. So those are like the four classes of cabin types you can choose from. So, and obviously the least expensive is typically your inside. Then we move into ocean view, then the balcony, and then the suites. So, makes sense as far as price goes. Then the third consideration that I would say you need to consider is your schedule. So if you are an early riser, you want to have coffee on your balcony, or you want to have coffee in your jammies, and you don't want to do it in front of the whole cruise, guests, then I say get a balcony. Have the coffee delivered, get some pastries. We get yogurt and fruit and pastries and coffee delivered. We sit on our balcony and we watch the ocean go by, or if we're pulling into port, we watch, the island come into view and docking. It's always very exciting and interesting to see. Sometimes we're like, oh, we're gonna be on the side of the island that we can see, and then the captain will turn the ship around and do a 180-degree turn and back us in, and then we get to look at the ocean, which is fine too, but sometimes it's fun to see everybody get on and off the ship from your balcony too. So and then if you are like that kind of a riser, early morning riser, I'd recommend a balcony or at least an ocean view to give you the sunlight. If you're a late night partier, 3 a.m. party on the decks, I'm gonna say that you should probably go for an inside room. So an inside cabin or inside room, no sunlight comes into that room, but it's typically surrounded only by left and right sides, and probably the back side, by other sleeping rooms. So you're not going to have an elevator next to you, you're not going to have the disco. The decks that have inside cabins are typically lower on the ship, and just a lot of inside cabins, and then the balcony and ocean view cabins as well. So it's a nice quiet, great sleep if that's what you went on vacation for, is to party and sleep, wake up, party and sleep. Inside cabins is the way to go. So those are my top 3 considerations for choosing a cabin on a cruise. availability, your budget, and your schedule. All right, thanks. Click like, subscribe, follow, add us on Facebook and Instagram. I'm Meredith from Let's Getaway Travel.